Hello everyone, my name is Anish Rana and you are watching Prometheus web series. Today our topic is Alert Manager. So let's start with Alert Manager. First we will understand what is Alert Manager. After that we will try to understand why we use Alert Manager when we have Prometheus server, right? Then what are the core features of Alert Managers? After that we will learn how we can search the latest package of Alert Manager, how we can download, configure the Alert Manager. Further, we will talk about integration of Alert Manager with Prometheus server. Obviously, when we are using Prometheus server, then how we can integrate this Alert Manager. Further, we will proceed with the lab of integration of local SMTP server plus Gmail notification. In this lab, we have two options how we can send the alert to the third party tool such as SMTP server or maybe Gmail notification. Obviously, we have some core features, so we have a lab for this. Before ending this call, we will try to explore what is high availability of alert manager setup. Let's take an example that if we have only one alert manager and that goes down, then all our monitoring will be in down position, right? It will be on black hole, and then we will proceed for the lab. So let's start the session. Before starting this session, as we know that we have Prometheus server, which is having the retrieval time series database and HTTP server. It fetch the data or pull the data from the node exporter, where this node exporter is our package that we install in our previous videos topic, right? Further, we have short-lived jobs that we cannot monitor with the help of push metrics. For that reason, we install the push gateway, right? And after that, this push gateway, these short-lived jobs can forward all their metrics to the push gateway. And further, our Prometheus server will pull the data from the push gateway, right? And it is on time series database. And after that, we can check all the metrics. We had already explored all these things in our previous lab, right? After that, we have talked about service discovery, Kubernetes. It's on the last topic. File service discovery and HTTP service discovery. This is what we have already covered. This is our discovery gate target, and then it pull the data and store on the time series database. And further, we can access all these metrics from the Prometheus GUI. Right now, today lesson we are going to configure the alert manager, and then our Prometheus server will push the alert to the alert manager. Further, this alert manager, what we can take the advantage of alert manager that we can further forward the alarms to the PagerDuty or maybe email notification or maybe webhook server and third party tool. Obviously, we will cover this thing email notification with the help of SMTP or Gmail notification. All these things not possible for me. And then we have a Prometheus web GUI, and these metrics we are fetching with the help of PromQI. PromQI means Prometheus Query Language. After that, we have Grafana. It is also using PromQI, and then it fetch the data. And obviously, we have API clients. If you have third-party tool or you want to fetch the data by your own in-house tool, then you can use API client machines. So now we understand that where these alert managers stands and why it is important, right? Just for your information that this I have four VMs, and in this first VM on master one, I have installed my Prometheus and Node exporter packages. And this alert manager we have installed on worker node 1. And then for the HA, I will going to configure this alert manager on worker node 2. Okay, fair enough. This is my lab. You should aware about that. After learning Prometheus, you have guessed that monitoring is never just watching for metrics. It is totally unfair that we gather these metrics and do nothing with them. We gather them so that we both make data driven decision and also we can alert ourselves to when things go wrong. in the metrics themselves. So if Prometheus sees that our memory thresholds are little higher than they should be, it can push the notification to the alert manager, which will then further notify us via email, Slack, or PagerDuty or any third party tool, whatever specific endpoints we have mentioned. This is what it is written here. Prometheus metrics can provide powerful insight into your system that can help you to make decisions, but it is not enough. We need some mechanism that will generate alerts when issue starts before it. Prometheus Alert Manager can be very useful in this regard. And obviously, one question comes to our mind that how it works. The Alert Manager handles alerts sent by client applications such as Prometheus Server. Needless to say that we can also configure other tools to forward the alerts to Alert Manager. But we are learning Prometheus. Thus, let's strict on Prometheus. Another reason would be we are using Alert Manager because both Alert Manager and Prometheus are made by same people. Beside this, it has some nice feature such as it take care of duplicating the alarms, grouping, routing to correct receiver integration such as email, webhook and other tools. These tools also help us to silence and inhabitations of alerts. So now we understand that it can duplicate the alarms and grouping. Grouping categorize alerts of similar nature into single notification. This is especially useful during larger outages when many systems fall at one and hundred or thousands of alarms or alerts may be triggered simultaneously. So it will club all the alerts on a single alerts. That's a benefit of grouping. The other core feature is inhabitation is a concept of suppressing notification of certain alerts if certain other alarms or alerts are already firing. For an example, an alert is firing that informed that entire cluster is not reachable. Alert manager can be configured to mute all other alerts concerning this cluster if that particular alert is firing. If it's still it is not clear, no issue. We have a dedicated lab and then we will clear it. Okay. Or maybe we can take another example that if router main interface goes down, then sub interface will also goes down, right? And we will receive the alerts for sub interface and main interface. What we can add here that if that main interface alarms we receive, it will suppress or mute all the sub interface alarm. Okay, I hope it is clear now. Silences. We can also mute or silence alerts for some time. A silences is a configured based on matches, just like the routing tree. Incoming alerts are checked whether they are matched, all are equally or regular expression matches of active silences. Let's understand with the help of one example. We have one activity schedule where we will shut down or make our server unreachable. In this scenario, it will generate the alerts. With the help of silence feature, we can mute those alerts. So there is a difference between inhibition and silences. Silences will mute all the alarms, but inhibitations, some alarm will generate, but other will be suppressed. Client behavior, those are only relevant for advanced use case where Prometheus is not used to send the alerts. So we will not going to talk about this anymore. High availability alert manager supports configuration to create a cluster for high availability. This can be configured using hyphen hyphen cluster flag. That's it. Don't worry, I will show you in the lab with all details. I will show you how to install the alert manager directly in the lab section. Okay, this is what it is saying. Replication of alarms we can and grouping categorized of alerts of similar natures, inhabitation suppressing notification for certain alerts if the other alerts are generating. Okay, silencing mute all the alarms for some time. Client behavior Prometheus is not used to send the alerts and high availability in the cluster HA. That's it. we are pretty aware about it, what is HA, right? And if you want to learn more thing, you can directly visit this site. You will observe more information. Now in the Prometheus server, what we have generated here in this YAML file, we created the alerts here. And after that, those alerts are generated on the Prometheus server. Let me show you here. If I click on alerts, this is my Prometheus GUI and I can see multiple alarms are here. In exam, you may observe that the types here: inactive, pending, and firing states. How many states are there? There are three states: firing, pending, and inactive. So let's go back to theory part here. So this is what we have configured on Prometheus server. So this is my expression here, and for is for 10 minutes, it wait for 10 minutes and then it's keep firing for 0 second. Tables we have already discussed. And in Alert Manager, what we are going to configure here, that etc Alert Manager, we will going to create one dedicated directory for Alert Manager and then configure the Alert Manager configuration file. Okay. In this file, you may observe that root, group by, group wait, group interval, repeat interval, receiver, where you want to send the alerts, right? So that is receiver that receive the alerts. Further, this receiver information, if we configure the webhook server, then it will be my webhook server here. Here in my lab, I will use localhost, or maybe I can use my VM IP address. Further, inhibit rules, that is core feature, that how we can suppress if this is the source and this is my target. I will cover, don't worry. And if we configure the email notification, then this is my basic syntax. We have a dedicated lab just for your information. This is what we can configure here. In the configuration file, Alert Manager implement a routing tree which is represent in the root block in your Alert Manager config file. This is by basically define how and when alerts will be sent. Routing. Group allow you to combine multiple alerts into a single notification. Group Y. The labels by which incoming alerts are grouped together. For an example, multiple server went down. Instead of getting an alarm for each server, you can get only single alarm which telling you that how many servers went down. This is how we can use group by. So we need to add the labels here. After that, group wait. It says 30 seconds. How long to initially wait to send a notification for a group of alerts? It wait for 30 seconds. When we mention group by, it means that multiple alarms we will going to receive, and it's not happen that we will receive all the alarms on a single second. It says that wait for 30 seconds. Once you receive all the alerts, and then suppress and wait and send one single alarms. Group alarm. Group interval. How long to wait before sending a notification about new alerts that are added to a group of alerts for which an initial notification has already been sent. It is usually 5 minutes or some other second. Okay. After that, repeat interval. How long to wait before sending a notification again it has sent successfully for an alert. And then receiver. In receiver, we have mentioned that what is who will going to receive this alarm. In this case, we have used web.hook, whatever the name you can mention here. And after that, receiver information here. As you can see here that in route, we have all our indentation here. But receiver has a indentation with route. Carefully of this indentation. The name is webhook. Obviously, this is the name we have to mention here. Otherwise, it will not work. Okay. And then webhook config, we are going to mention the URL. As I said previously that I will use the localhost or you can use 127.0.1, but the port number is 5001. I hope it is clear now that this alert manager received the alarm and then it will forward to receiver. That's it. And after that, inhibit rules. that this is my source match, this is my target match. For an example, if router's main interface goes down, it means that all sub interface also goes down. So we need only a main interface alarm. That is, so this is my inhibit alarm. It allowed to suppress an alert if another alert is already firing. Pretty much clear. And then this is my direct URL from the Prometheus server. If you want, you can explore by yourself. First, we need to create an alerting rule in Prometheus server. If rule matches, then it send the alerts to the alert manager. After that, in the second phase, the alert manager then manage those alerts, including silences, inhibitations, aggregation, sending out the notification to the third party tools such as email, webhook server, PagerDuty, whatever you want. Configure. So how we can use this in Prometheus server? First, we need to integrate here to alerting, alert manager, static config, and then target. This is my target 9093 is the port number that uses alert manager. We will do it on the lab. This configuration that we need to do it on Prometheus server because we need to integrate, right? Prometheus server will forward the alert, so we need to configure it where it forward meant. So let's configure our alert manager and validate it on lab. Okay, so let's proceed with the lab. Just for your information, if you are new in my channel, that is, you need to open the github.com and then search for Anish Rana 2001, and further you will observe different repositories. For Prometheus, you need to click here. Okay, and if you want to explore on Facebook, then you can follow devops-wala. This is my webpage in Facebook. And if you want to open the website, then you can use devops-wala.com. And here I have already uploaded the Kubernetes full course. It all are free, and CK exam and CKAD exams types of question, so that you will be aware what type of question it may ask. And if you are in LinkedIn, then you can follow me on Anishan 2001 LinkedIn page here, and YouTube. Obviously, if you are watching this video, so you can open any of my videos. If you like to show your support, click on these three horizontal button and further click on thanks. Feel free to contribute any amount you would like. I'm requesting this donation to outsource the video editing process, which will significantly save my time. As a result, you will receive more meaningful videos sooner. This is how you can increase it, up to you. Buy and sell. That's it. Okay, so let's go back to our lab section. In this lab section, you need to click on Prometheus repository first and then scroll down and then click on Alert Manager. Click on the lab installation of Alert Manager. In this section, first we are going to install the Alert Manager on my worker node 1 and the IP address is 1.32. Let's create the user, dedicated user for this, and here I'm going to install on worker node 2 everything. mkdir/data, I have already installed the node port on that lab. I already created the slash data directory. Now I need to install this package to install the Alert Manager configuration file. Download this file and let me show you here. You can copy like this way. Alert Manager, you will see the different packages that you can download, and all these are the configuration files. So there are different packages. Right now the version it is running on 0.27, and here I'm also downloading this 0.27 AMD 64, and now here it is already downloaded. Let me untar this file. The option is XVF, extract verbose mode, zip file, and forcefully. Go to this directory. After that, you will observe two binary files. Let me show you here, ls space ltr. Two binary files. It means that we have two commands. First, we will going to copy these files into USR local bin directory so that we don't need to use full absolute path, right? Absolute path means full path. This is what I'm going to here. USR local bin AM tool. I will show you what command options we will have with this binary. Giving the permission of our alert manager user both files. This is how we can use USR local bin and in the curly braces both file name binary file. Now create a new directory etc alert manager. Here we will going to move our default alert manager configuration file. Copy alert manager configuration file to this directory etc, or maybe I can show you here the alert manager default configuration file. So this is my default configuration file and this is webhook server that is by default I will going to use in the first lab. Giving the right permission to this directory we have recently created. So minus R is for recursively whatever the directory or files we will going to create inside this etc alert manager. The owner and group will be alert manager. After that, create a new directory, data directory for alert manager, varlib alert manager. And again giving the permission to the new user. For security context, you have to follow these steps. Unfortunately, create a new directory for AM tool, mkdir etc AM tool. We have two binaries. Now, in this AM tool config, we are saying that our alert.url is localhost 1993. That's it. And this file we are going to config file we are going to create inside this etc am tool. Now we're going to create a dedicated service. If you follow me along, you are aware that how we can create this services, and the configuration file we are mentioning here etc alert manager, and storage path is where lib alert manager pasted over here. Let's enable the alert manager. After that, start the alert manager. And how we can verify? Obviously we can use systemctl status. When it says active and running, it means that we did all steps correctly. Press Q, Ctrl L for clearing the window. Or we can use curl localhost 1993. As I said that alert manager is working on 1993 port number and Prometheus is work on 1990 port number. We see the output, it means that it is working fine. Or we can also use the web portal here. Click here and open here. This is my 1.32 is my worker node 1 IP address. Now you can see a new portal here. AM tool config show. We also created one directory here. Let's proceed with here. I can see all the configuration here. And all these configuration you can observe here. If you click on status tab, you will see all the configuration here. Global resolve timeout is 5 minutes. HTTP config file. All these are default. Now it's time to configure our Prometheus server. We have already created and installed our alert manager, but Prometheus server is not aware. So how we can aware our Prometheus server? We need to log in our Prometheus server, and Prometheus is running on my master 1 VM. Now open this file and I need to add this line only inside the alerting alert manager static config. Here I'm mentioning that target is this IP address, my VM IP address followed by port number 1993. That's it. And this is my section here. Press I, shift insert, and then delete this line. That's it. Okay. Save and quit. After that, whenever we are adding anything in the Prometheus server, it is always recommended that to check the syntax of file. As I can see here that all are successful. It means that whatever the entry we had made, it's good. We can use kill all hub Prometheus. It kill all the services. It will be up. Now open this our Prometheus server. I have already opened on my second browser. Here it is, my first browser here. But it says in the status runtime and build information, you will observe our new alert manager IP address here. So status runtime and build. Click on this. At the end, you see that alert manager's endpoint is this one. Whenever we will going to add second alert manager, we will see the second alert manager IP address here. Okay. How to edit the alert manager configuration file? Just for information. This is my status here. We see this information resolve timeout to 5 minutes, right? Go to CLI of alert manager and open this file, alert manager configuration file. When whatever we want to modify, we have to go to alert manager configuration file, right here. And what my lab says, add this line. Inside this global, resolve underscore timeout is 10 minutes. By default, it is 5 minutes. This is what I want to show you. And here you don't see anything. For that reason, you need to add global and then press enter and copy this line. That's it. It should be like this. This is what I have already mentioned in my lab. Save. After that, so let's understand what this means. Resolve timeout. Resolve timeout is the default value used by alert manager if alert does not include and at. After this time passes, it can clear the alerts are resolved if it's not been updated. Or maybe we can take an example that if we receive one alerts in some third party tools, sometimes we observe that when the issue start, it generate the alert, but once the issue resolved, it never sent the alarms that my server is up. For that reason, it says that it wait for 10 minutes, and if it's not receive any alarms for down, then it will consider it as up. With the help of AM tool, when refiles, we can use check config and then this. It will check the syntax of alert manager. The same thing we were using for Prometheus server, right? It says success. Global config route. One inhibit rule is there, one receiver and zero template is there. It says everything is good, so we can restart the alert manager. Now we have restarted the alert manager, or maybe we can use kill hub alert manager. Or if you observe some issue, then you can use general CTL minus U for user alert manager service. Shift G and then you will see the end time here. It says everything is good. Alert manager host out of service. If you go here, notify attempt fail will retry after some time. We don't have any, we have some error right now, but we can consider it. It's okay. Now refresh this page and now you can see that resolve time is 10 minutes. This is how we can update the configuration file of alert manager. Now in the Prometheus server, what we can hear is alert. We have some alerts which are firing, right? 1 minute is active, host out of memory is active. It's we should see all these alerts on our newly created alert manager, right? So this is the benefit. Click on alerts, you will see the alerts here. If I click on group, we see this thing, host out of memory. Same thing we are observing here, host out of memory. One is active and node manager CPU. I should also see this alarm in some time. Don't worry, it will come. Okay, and after that silences, we can also silences some alarms with the help of here. Just need to click on filter new silence. Sorry, you need to click on new silences, and it says that when you want to start and when you want to end. As I said in my theory part that we are going to do some maintenance, and we know that there will be some alerts will be generated, and I don't want those alerts or any alerts. We can add these silences here. Matchers, you need to add env equal to production. This is the custom matcher that we can use here. This is the labels. Add here, and then you can use another labels. That's it. Creator name, creator. I'm the creator here, so I'm just putting my name here. Comment due to maintenance. That's it, and create here. It is creating for 1024, 1224 here, and 34, just for 10 minutes, and create here. Now the silences is created here. I will not see any alarm, which has label set for env equal to production. And status, if you click on status, you must see it should be on ready. It means that our alert manager is ready, receive the alarms from the Prometheus server. And this is for setting, help. Want to learn more, you can click on help here. It will land you the Prometheus alert manager page here. Let's go back here.